Hello everyone, welcome to Finding X. It's my finish on 2019 for next decade. Today we'll be just finding out how to find X. So let's get into it. So here we go. We're going to start with the basics. So most people can do this in your head, but based on what we're going to do, we're going to find X. And I'm going to teach you the first golden rule. Whatever you do on one side of the equation, this is the equation, you have to do the other side. So let's do what we do first. So the first thing we want to do is get rid of what is the furthest operation away from x. So the closest operation to x is 2 times x and plus 1. So the first operation is plus 1 because it's 2x then plus 1. It's not x plus 1 then times by 2. So very straightforward. So we're minus 1 from this side of the equation. So he goes away and then he goes over here. So it's minus 1 over 11, and it's minus 1 here, a little one. And I should do this in red actually. Let's do that. Every time we do a change, we do that under here. It looks really cramped, but I hope you can understand. And it'll be 2x equals to 10. And then what's the first operation that's done to x? That's right, it's the 2 because there's the only thing here. So the opposite. So if you guys know, I forgot the variable. The coefficient is basically being times by x. So it's x times 2. So it's 2 times x, remember the visible times here. So we got to do the opposite operation to get rid of the 2. So 2 divided by that. And on that you can probably figure out in your head what you can't do. These two will cancel each other out. So it becomes x by itself equals to 10 divided by 2 equals to 5. X equals to 5. And to prove that we can substitute it, I'm going to just do it for once. Alright, so we can substitute it. So if I do all this formula together, it should equals to 11. That's what the equations say. So 2, where's my keyboard? Here it is. 2 times 5, that's what x equals, remember we're substituting, plus by 1 should equals to 11. Yes, it does. So, and now we have found x efficiently. That's a good way you can check, but yeah. Next one. This one's a little bit difficult. We've got a division. This can trip people up, but it's very simple, trust me. So 3x plus 2 divided by 3. What is the furthest? Oops, I basically show you the answer. So the first operation to this equation is the 3. So what's the opposite of dividing 3? It's timesing. So we can do this in our head already. Ooh, it's a little bit crap. It's a little bit crap. So we got to do so let's do the operation. So what's timesing it. Okay, I never understand how this works, but basically this goes away and we times that by 3. I'm sorry, I'm not that knowledgeable. I don't know the reason why, but I just know it do. So this will equal 12 because if you guys need trouble, you can always go to the back of your book and there's a timetable chart, and 3 times 4 is 12. So now the x operation, what's the first way? It's the plus 2. So we've got to get rid of the 2. So it equals to 10. And 3x equals to 10. And 3 divided by 10 equals to 0. No, it's the other way. Oops, accident divided. 3.3 recurring. And now we have found x. So x equals to 1/3 or 3.3. Next one we have here. Now this one's a bit difficult one. There's 2x. How are we supposed to do? So I've basically taught you the basic theory how to do x on one side, but now there's x on both sides. Ooh, tricky. So what we can do, we can bring all the x's to one side. So remember there's a secret plus here because these are positive. And what's the opposite of plussing? It's minusing. So 5 minus 5 is 3x. And then now the rest of the equation. 3x plus 3 equals to 9. So then now we need to get rid of the plus 3 because it's the first way from the operation. It's 3x equals to 6. That's a matter of 3 divided by 6. So x equals to 2. Oopsie daisy. With the screen recording, it actually requires more processing power. So now we can do that in our head real quickly. So let's do the substituting in the head. It shouldn't be that hard. So x equals to 2, so let's substitute the value. So this is 10 plus 3, and that's 6 plus it by 9. And I'm down in my math already. Oh, no, that's silly me, it's 4. Yeah, 4 plus 9, and already, sorry, 13. So this is correct, because they're equal to each other. Next one. Alright, why do we have like a mix where we have these two fractions? So we can't really do anything much until the denominator is the same. So remember how to add fractions? Well, I'll show you in a more detailed video. So basically we've got to find the common factor. So what we've got to do is 5 times 2. So we basically have to times everything here by 5, and this side times everything by 2. So let's go. So this will basically equals, let's just write it as a separate fraction. Ooh, I don't know if I have space. Then we simply, is a matter of doing all this. I need to get my lasso tool, running out of space. Command T, move it up. Okie dokie. Ooh, naughty naughty, I have my Discord on. So now we simply do this. It's 2 brackets x minus 2 over 10 equals 5. It's very important that your handwriting is good, otherwise you can misread it something. Like, remember this like crocodile sign? You can easily miswrite it as a 7. So that's why I try to erase it when I get it incorrect. For x plus it by 4, and I can squeeze the close parentheses over 10. So now the next step is to get rid of the 10. So how we do that is times this by 10, and we times this by 10 by the same time. So simultaneously we times these two by 10 on the same side. So let's go bring in another sheet of paper. Let's just say it's x over 10. Oops, a little too large. Alright, so what we do here is we times each side by 10. So this side's been times by 10. And same thing, this side would be times by 10 over 1. And this will magically would disappear, all the 10, because 10 over divided by thing goes. Oh, silly me, it's actually the other way around. I've got to flip these because this is incorrect. If you do this, you get 100 at the bottom, you get a massive problem, but if you've done that, you can just do it again and it should go away. Tell me if I'm wrong, but basically what happened is they cancel each other out here, and 1 times nothing is nothing. So now it's just x on its own. If I can This is going to be a long tutorial if I can erase this in time. So now we've got the top on its own, or the denominator on its own. So that's what's basically happening when we do that. So potentially we just get rid of the 10. If you like to think of that, just think we're throwing away the 10. But it's always good to know what's actually happening. So there's some clarification. So then we just simply do this like the normal equation what we did here. So we've got to use some Born mass, so let's do that. So it's 2x, let's expand the brackets, minus 4 equals to 5x plusing 25. And then now we need to bring the x to both sides. So I'm gonna minus it here so I don't get negative x. Alright, and then we can easily flip the equation, so it'll be negative 4 to 3x plus it by 20, and then from there we can actually flip the equation. Oh dear, I need more space, so I'm going to get my lasso tool. I'm just going to move it up. I need to make a new selection here. And bring it here and just fix up the 20. Okay, now we can, if you guys don't know, we can actually flip around the equation to make it easier. So it's 3x, oh actually since we're kind of desperate in space, plus it by 20 equals to negative 4. Okay, what's the opposite of direction of plusing 20? It's minusing plus minus, kind of, you can think of it like adding, but it's still negative, so it's 24. And it's 3x. Now we can easily do this. Home run, come on, last bit of scratch. Have you got the answer in your head? I hope you do. If you don't, like, oof, I'm sorry, I can't do much. It's negative 8. Congratulations, we have found x, and now what we've got to do is just substitute to check your answer. I've got a feeling it's most likely right because we landed on a multiple 3. I hope this helped you. Next video we'll be talking about the second golden rule. Well, I don't know if it's like international, but like standard, but it's what my teachers say. So we're going to talk about the second golden rule with like finding x. I hope you have a great day.